Are the Golden State Warriors pretenders? I think we all know the answer to that question. The Golden State Warriors are definitely not pretenders, but that doesn't mean they don't have their issues, and those issues have been more apparent recently. I mean, they lost to the Knicks, the New York Knicks. But the reality is, some teams have issues that cannot be fixed. The Warriors' major issues can be fixed, and I expect to be fixed with the return of Draymond Green and James Wiseman. Here is a crazy stat for you guys. Over the last 8 games, the Warriors have conceded 110 points or more in 7 of those 8 games. In the 33 games Draymond Green has played this season, the Warriors conceded 110 points or more 5 times, and not once did they concede more than 114, something they have done 4 games in a row. So when Draymond Green says something like this,
in your mind,
I think I'm the best defender to ever play this game in NBA.
Do
That's
you?
just my 100%. That's my opinion.
just know there's a reason he thinks this. But before we talk about the impact Draymond will have on this team, I want to talk about the potential of James Wiseman and why he could make this team even scarier than people want to admit. December 26, 2020. Why is this date important? This was the first matchup between the Greek Freak and James Wiseman, a 19-year-old rookie in his second game without the help of Draymond Green, up against the 2 times MVP. Wiseman and the Warriors, which did include help from the likes of Eric Paschall, kept Giannis to the worst shooting night of his season. In fact, this was Giannis's worst shooting night since December of 2018. Here we have Giannis in a one-on-one situation against Wiseman on the baseline. The Warriors choose not to help, and if you need any reminder what Giannis usually does in these situations when teams choose not to help,
on Miritich when oh, goodness.
However, Wiseman does a fantastic job moving his feet and forcing Giannis into a completely off-balance and mistimed shot. And then on this example, you see the other side of Wiseman's potential. Giannis is matched up against Paschall, and Wiseman comes across and blocks the shot, using all of his ridiculous 7'6" wingspan to send Giannis's shot away. It's this kind of defensive potential that has Steve Kerr believing James Wiseman could be the Golden State Warriors version of DeAndre Ayton. But that's not even the best part. Over the last several months, James Wiseman has spent his time training and working with Dejan Milojevic. If that name doesn't seem familiar, all you need to know is he is working with the man that spent time coaching Nikola Jokic. And now the Warriors paid a good amount of money for him to mentor James Wiseman. And well, this is what JTA said about Wiseman just last week. James Wiseman is the toolbox. He has every tool in the box. He can do everything as a 7-footer. I just drool at his potential and his capabilities. He's protecting the rim, he's going up to dunk on lobs, pushing the ball in transition, behind the back, step back threes. It's like, man, bro, where does this come from? I wish I had all these capabilities. The Warriors are finding a way to combine that level of talent with intense one-on-one coaching from the same man that coached the MVP. Just think about that for a second. And the key to all of this, James Wiseman doesn't need to be special yet. Over the last 5 games, the Golden State Warriors are dead last in rebounding. They're giving up significantly more points in the paint than they were earlier in the season, and they've been dominated by the likes of Hassan Whiteside. Wiseman has the potential to be special, but when he returns, all the Warriors are going to ask for him is to be a physical presence defensively like we saw last year, and well, do some stuff like this on offense.
Here's Wiseman on the handle. Push ahead to Oubre. Wants it back. Yes, sir!
It's also worth noting, not only did the Warriors add Dejan Milojevic to the coaching staff, but this is the same development team that have turned Jordan Poole into one of the most promising young guards in the league and Jonathan Kuminga into one of the most promising rookies in the NBA. And neither of these guys were the number 2 overall pick. But that's just a taste of the potential the Warriors could have adding Wiseman back into the mix. The real key, this man right here.
Your 7 turn back by Green. He just swallowed up the 7-footer.
When Draymond Green has been on the floor for the Golden State Warriors this season, they've not just been a good defense, they have been an all-time great defense. Yes, just to put this into perspective, with Dre in the side, the Warriors have had the best defensive rating since the 67-win 2016 Spurs that featured Kawhi Leonard in the prime of his defensive career. That is how good they are. And when he's off the floor, well, they're below average. That is the impact of Draymond Green. And for some people, the impact of Draymond just isn't understood. But I can assure you one thing. If Draymond Green was in the game against Nikola Jokic on this last possession, Stephen Curry doesn't help over and give up an open shot. Because as you can see in this other example here, Draymond is capable of disrupting the shot of a guy like Jokic, but he's also capable of doing so much more. I mean, the guy locked up Kevin Durant earlier this season. Kevin Durant.
I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am.
And when you factor in his communication and leadership,
quick and turn it into offense at the other end of the floor.
21
not to mention the chemistry he has with Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry on offense.
To keep an eye on those two have been at each other.
Come on, man.
Nice finish by Curry.
There's a reason that this man is as impactful as he is. And you've heard me mention this before, but with Draymond and Steph healthy, the Golden State Warriors have a practically identical win percentage to the Phoenix Suns, the team that everyone considers the best team in the NBA by a mile right now.
Who is the most dangerous team in the West? Is it the Suns or is it the team we'll see tonight, the Warriors?
Right now, it's the Suns.
Oh, they're the best team in the NBA, and there is no 1A in my book.
The Warriors have had a practically identical win percentage with Draymond and Steph. That's without Klay Thompson. Yeah. The Warriors have had their struggles this season, but for them to still have the second best record in the league, despite not being fully healthy once all season, is why they are still the team to beat, in my opinion. Not to mention, Stephen Curry just did this in the All-Star game. The Warriors are already great with Draymond and Steph healthy. Add Klay to the mix, and the potential of James Wiseman in 15-minute spurts off the bench, it's going to be very, very fun to watch. And I think some of those issues they've had inside the paint will disappear pretty quickly. If you did make it to the end of the video, you might as well drop a like, subscribe to the channel, that would be much appreciated.